Okay, we are live. Peace. Once again, this is 𝕻𝖆𝖆𝖈𝖍 from 𝕻𝖆𝖆𝖈𝖍.com, and we're going to give April 2020 predictions. I'm going to give people a few minutes to come in, so in the meantime, let me see if I can play some customized instrumentals that I prepared, and we'll see how that goes. So let's see. Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Peace. Can you guys hear the music? Can you guys hear the music? Let's just make sure that you guys can hear the music. What's good? What's good? What's good? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, good. So you guys can hear the music. All right. So now I can give you guys a little insight into my emotional plane through these instrumentals. So it doesn't have to be just me speaking all the time. So again, these are just quick little 1-minute instrumentals. So we'll play one more before we go in. So let me just set it up. What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, you say you can hear it. You can hear the music, but it's choppy. Okay, so I'm not going to be playing the music the whole time. So we just letting people come in. So if it's choppy right now, it's all good. I'll turn it off after the fact. So let me slow it down a bit. So we'll play this and we'll get started. Hey, what's up, Berg? I see the Baphomet is in here. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, let's go. All right. Okay. Peace, peace, peace. So let me close out of that. So we don't want it to slow anything down. All right. We in here. Okay, so hopefully everybody is ready. So y'all let me know if everything smooth now. Is everything smooth now? Is the feed smooth now before we go in? Can everybody see and hear me clearly? Okay. Okay, so you should be able to see me as well as see the projected screen in front of you as well. Wanted to give everybody some insight beyond just me speaking. Let me give you some mathematics to back up what I'm saying. Okay. So what I want to show you guys is, this is the chart for 2020. So let me look at this directly so I can see what you guys see. Okay. So if we look at the yellow line right in front of us, and we look at the white dot right at the 150 degrees towards the left, that represents the full moon. And the black dot, which is diagonal, is the new moon. So we have the full moon and we have the new moon. If we see at the 240 degrees, let me see, you guys may not, let me move my screen out the way so you guys can see it. That should help. Okay. So we see we have a group of planets at the 270 degree mark, which is where most of the planets are. So the yellow line representing the moon, all of these planets at the 270 degree mark are pretty much in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So we know the moon is moving very swiftly. So the moon enters into Sagittarius around April 13th, between April 13th to April 15th. For those 2 days, the moon will be in Sagittarius. So when the moon enters into Sagittarius, it's going to enter into all of this currency that's already bunched into Sagittarius. So when the moon intercepts all of these lines at the 270 degree mark, we will experience change. Now this is speaking from a longitude perspective. Let's look at it from a declination perspective. If you don't know the difference, is basically we have the 360 degrees of the zodiac. So 270 degrees could represent Sagittarius. Declination will represent the north and the south. How far up in the northern sky is a planet, or how far below in the southern sky is the planet. So how up above or how down below, essentially. So let's look at that screen next. Okay. So if we look at the declination, once again, this swivelly serpentine line that we see is the moon. And all of these other lines we see between the negative 20 degrees and the negative 25 degrees, that's where majority of the planets are. So the moon intercepts those planets April 23rd in terms of declination. So in terms of longitude, the moon will enter into Sagittarius April 13th. And again, this is speaking from a Eastern perspective, so keep that in mind. The alignments will be different if you are coming from a Western perspective. The reason I'm giving you the Eastern perspective is to give you the probability. Because once we understand that, okay, Sagittarius is what's going to activate all of these energies, and the special points is April 13th to April 15th, then it will be April 23rd. These will be the points of Sagittarius. And we know Sagittarius rules over publishing. It rules over higher education, seeking deeper truths and knowledge, religion, and spirituality as a whole. Anything that represents the broader mind. We have the small mind, the everyday communications, then we have the broader mind, the more worldly mind, the more foreign mind. Sagittarius represents long distance travel, interaction with foreign culture, so on and so forth. So the power points, April 13th to April 15th, then next April 23rd. And when we understand Sagittarius is what brings these energies to life, we can properly plan and execute. Let's take a deeper look as to which planets exactly are under the influence of Sagittarius, so we can give more detailed orientation as to what should be done. So let me move a couple things out of the way here. Okay, we have the symbols of Saturn, Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto. Those are the energies that activate under the influence of Sagittarius. So if Saturn is in Sagittarius, if Mars is in Sagittarius, if Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and Pluto, we have this alchemical combination of planets that open up portals and vessels of invisible forces which we can feed on, multiply, and reciprocate in real time with tangible results. Saturn already representing the crystallization of vision. Saturn gives us vision, longevity. Mars represents our vitality. Jupiter, our ability to activate divination at any given point in time. And of course, Pluto representing complete transformation through the use of divination, which will enhance your vitality to crystallize your vision. And when the moon comes to assist, which is the third eye, the pineal gland, assist all of these currencies, we then can understand how we can direct our energy. Now, this will be the positive side of things if you are focused. Now, the opposite in terms of what may be occurring on a worldly level, because of course we will have the polarity manifest. So what would be the polarity? The polarity would be Sagittarius is a mutable fire. A fire that is spreading in multiple directions. Because it is a fire that is spreading in multiple directions, once the moon is activated, or in other words, once the moon is activated by this mutable fire, this changeable fire, we can say Sagittarius because it represents the archer, the arrow that is being shot. But you must use vision. You must use aim. The archer must aim precisely at its target from afar. Precise aim from afar. This is the secret. Do you have precise aim from afar? Because we all are communicating and doing business from afar. Anyway, it's as if we're all in different countries. It's like the states are becoming countries. You're going to have to go through all types of parameters and extraordinary things just to have ordinary travel. Now, the states become countries. It's on that level of transformation, regardless of how much time we experience these changes, because these changes will be permanent. As we see, Pluto has been in Sagittarius. Pluto is just chilling in Sagittarius. Pluto takes its sweet time in all of the signs. Up to 30 years. Pluto can take up to 30 years to change signs. This is why Pluto's effect is generational. Let me bring my screen back in. Give me 1 second here. All right. There we go. There we go. Just want to show y'all the veil. The white veil is symbolic. What is it symbolic of? It's symbolic of Bloody Mary. Now we're getting into the deity. What deities should you work with? We're in the month of April. Let's get real spooky and mystic. Bloody Mary. It's a direct communication. It came through me directly through the mirror. If we know anything about the history of Bloody Mary, we know the ritual, the mirror ritual. This is the perfect time to pull energy out of the mirror magic, to step into the other side of the mirror. This is the time to do things of this nature because we have plenty of time to do it. Now is the time to perfect your mirror magic, your crystal ball gazing. Let me give you an example. Something of this nature. All right. Gazing into a crystal. Do clairvoyants actually see imagery when they stare into the crystal ball? Or is it more to it than meets the eye? Once you actually start practicing with the crystal, gazing into the crystal, it starts to communicate with you in ways that you didn't really expect. What do I mean? For example, me working with this shape, because shapes matter. Me working with this shape, I was able to visualize me rolling on balls. Like imagine like your feet is on top of balls and you're like it's the room is full of balls and your feet is like you're moving balls. It's crazy, right? It's balls everywhere and your feet is on top of, you're trying to balance yourself on top of the balls. It's very easy to do that when I have this shape in my hands, as if the shape assists my vision. My ability to visualize is enhanced holding this shape. Now, if it was a pyramid or a triangle, it would have a different effect. What effect it would have, you will have to discover on your own. I'm just revealing to you a self-discovery because we all will have our own. For me, how does that assist? My ability to move as if balancing on a ball, like a juggler. It activates both sides of the brain because you have to actively be in your visualization while moving from reality and reality suddenly. What do I mean? If you are in control of your dream and you have to move through realities suddenly, that means you have to think with your superconscious. You can no longer rely on your conscious mind. You have to rely on your superconscious. When you need to move at rapid speed, when you need things happening suddenly, this is what Uranus is all about. Uranus teaches the arts of how to move at God speed. We just call it God speed, how to move at God speed. Uranus teaches you those secrets when you work with the energy personally. When we internalize these forces, we are revealed the secrets, but it takes time, which is why we need the tools. And if you don't have tools, everybody has a mirror. We don't need to try to find things that are impossible to find or impossible to get. We use everyday things that we have. Abundance. Utilize your abundance, because there's a thing in magic where we feel we have to utilize these sacred things, these plants that are impossible to find, roots that are impossible to find, so on and so forth, and that somehow makes it more powerful. However, we have rocks in abundance everywhere, which are vessels. You can program anything in your reality. So instead of looking for the rarity, you can focus on the abundance and just create from scratch. That's the thing. No one wants to create from scratch. No one wants to take something that doesn't have any value and make it valuable. Because that takes work. It takes work to take the nothingness and give it value, all based off of your invisible currency. Literally, a rock that you pick up off the ground can become magically charged, and someone else, you can put it in someone else's hand and they feel like, yo, this is crazy. They can feel a difference because of your magical work. We have that ability, but it takes time to develop that type of currency. The same thing that you would pay infinite amount of dollars for, we have at the palm of our hand. Once we train ourselves to realize this, that there is no need to go out and get anything, as we cannot now. This is the perfect time to come to the realization there is no need to go out and get anything to try to show and prove our self-worth or worth to anybody or for any reason. We can simply utilize what is in abundance and create from the nothingness. There's no better time to do it. There's no one to show off anything to. All of the distractions have literally been alleviated without anyone's doing. That's what makes it excellent, where we are simply receiving what is coming to us from the nothingness. The positive nature or the negative nature of what we receive will be based on our karma, as spoken before. So it's up to us to take advantage of what we have in abundance and give it life, versus trying to seek things that we give so much energy to. And it's like love. Like, people try to find love, like this rarity that's in power. You know, this is just, I'm giving a more personal example so we can understand this in magical terms. Everyone wants something that's rare. So if we consider love rare, of course you want it because it's rare. How valuable would it be if everyone had it? Would it really have the same effect that it has on people if you can literally walk outside and pick it up off the ground? How valuable would it be? It probably wouldn't be as valuable. The only reason we value anything is because of the rarity. And the only reason something is rare is because you can't just pick it up off the ground. Well, what made it rare is because somebody put some magic into it. Somebody took a canvas and a paintbrush and activated their magic. Somebody took some metal crystals and activated their magic and created orgone, technology, so on and so forth, and what we have today as computers. This is someone activating their magic. Now, something that was in abundance now is rare once we apply our magic through the use of our technology. The most supreme technology, and we know this to be true, the most supreme technology is the human body, because we have yet to fully discover its secrets. Now is the perfect time. There is no one who can tell you the full secrets of the human body, because we don't even know. There is no book that's going to tell you the ultimate secrets of the human body. There are still things to be discovered, meaning there are still things to be activated in the brain that we have simply locked ourselves out of. There are things that our body can do that we are not even aware of. The body produces a small amount of gold naturally. We naturally have gold within us. Naturally, the body naturally produces a very small fraction of blood, of course, blood, gold. Very small, very minute, but gold is there naturally. Now, it didn't come from the outside. You put a piece of gold inside of you. It was naturally produced just based off of the chemistry of the human body, which we have still yet to fully uncover once again. So, April 2020, the hot spots, April 13th to April 15th. Next hot spot, April 23rd. Keep those dates in mind and observe. Don't take my word for it. Just observe in your own reality, because I will report back and we'll see. Right? So, just giving this a shot. So, I wanted to, because I already gave a 2020 prediction, so I wanted to make it more personalized on a day-to-day level, so you can plot and plan your reality around the mentality of the archer, aiming from afar with precision. And with that, peace.